What's up, everyone? Hobbies here. Today, we are taking a look at one of the coolest and most underrated anime heroes ever, Karas. With his sleek black armor, massive katana, and mysterious vibe, this guy is pure awesomeness. So let's check out this incredible figure and see if it lives up to the legend. Let's go! Alright, let's check out the details. Right here, you can spot a cool crow face. Pretty awesome, isn't it? The eyes have this funny look, but there is also mysterious about them. It's a weird combo in the best way possible. You know what? Karos actually reminds me of Kamen Rider, especially those iconic eyes. I can unsee it now. Details on the head are seriously impressive. Every single line is crisp and well defined, giving the helmet so much depth and personality. Absolutely love crow feathers here. They look super clean and that sharp beak, it gives Kara such a fierce and intimidating look. So cool. And of course, we cannot ignore this red orb. It's a tiny detail, but definitely catch your eye. And once again, those crow feathers steal the show. They make Karas look way more like a beast than an ordinary human. It's such a badass design. I'm not exactly sure what this piece is called, but I think it's part of the armor. It's flexible, moves really well, and blends perfectly with Kara's overall design. Look awesome. Those edge lines may seem like a small detail, but they make a huge difference. They give the armor a sharper and more distinctive look. The armor tells the whole story. Everywhere you look, you can see crow inspired details, making Karas feel like he's become one with the crow itself. And when you look at the other shoulder armor, it almost looks like a giant talon. It's a really cool design choice that reminds you crow are not just smart, they can be fierce predators too. Looking at the belt, I definitely get some Kamen Rider vibes. The small red stone in the middle keeps the design clean but super stylish. And those sculpted lines? Wow, they are absolutely breathtaking. Even the belt got the VIP. Surprisingly, the spikes on these gauntlets are actually pretty sharp. They even remind me of Batman gauntlets. Look like Scaras and Batman might have gone shopping at the same armor store. When Karas enters battle mode, these gauntlets become a big part of his look. They are a bit like defensive weapons, perfect for deflecting attacks. Honestly, they give me some serious Batman vibes. Down here, you've got the knee pads and ankle pads. Nothing too flashy, but they fit the overall armor perfectly and give Karas that timeless, classic style. The gold lines on the pads are a really nice touch. They give the armor this elegant, ancient look, like it was forged for a legendary warrior centuries ago. Alright, let's check out the upper section. Right here, you can spot these lighting shape marks. Maybe they're meant for identification, or maybe they are just part of the armor style. Whatever the reason, they look awesome. Flipping cars around, you'll notice the sword holder on his back. And yep, it looks just like a giant talon, as if a crow is gripping the sword for him. How cool is that? The back of Kara's head is just as impressive. It has these layered pieces that look a lot like a traditional samurai helmet. and the godless tie everything together beautifully. Such a cool design. Karas also has these hidden talent weapons on his feet. They look deadly and the details are amazing. And yeah, definitely watch out for those kicks. So, guys, I think that's pretty much everything about Kara's amazing details. Now, let's move on and see if the joints and articulation are just as impressive as the design. Time to make some poses. Let's go. Finally, it's articulation time. Let's start from the top and check out Kara's head movement first. Unfortunately, Karas can only turn his head left and right. No looking up, no looking down, but hey, he still looks cool doing it. Yup, his head is basically stiff as a rock. So don't force it, guys. On the other hand, the abs joint give you a little more freedom. You can move it up and down and even turn it left and right. Just a little bit though. Alright, now when it comes to the arms, this is where the things get much better. Karas actually has a lot of articulation here. So finally we can have some fun. You can move the arm out to the side, swing it forward and backward, and thankfully the joints are pretty manageable too. His shoulder pads are also pretty loose, but in a good way. They move around easily and give the arms plenty of flexibility, so the armor doesn't get in the way of all those cool poses. The elbow and wrist joint are really satisfying and work surprisingly well. And the wrist is actually on a ball joint, so you can move it in almost any direction you want. Finally, a joint that understands the assignment. Did I mention how flexible these arms are? You can bring them really close to the upper body or move them far away from it, which means you can easily pose Karas holding his sword with both hands. And honestly, he looks absolutely badass doing it. And it doesn't stop there. You can also rotate both the upper and lower arms, left and right. They cannot do a full 360-degree spin, but honestly, there is still plenty of movement to work with. In the end, the arms joints and articulation are really satisfying. And for the legs, you can kick them pretty far forward, and they can move just as far to the back too. That's a really nice range of movement right there. And of course, you can move the leg out to the side too. Thanks to the strong joints, you can even make him pull off some ultimate rider kick pose in the midair. And as for the other leg, it has the same great quality as the right one. Same strong joints, same great range of movement, and of course, ready for some seriously crazy poses. Karas is known as a character who was always jumping straight into the action, so having good quality joints is basically a must. You can even put him in a pretty cool running pose. This figure also has a pretty decent knee joint, and the thigh can rotate a little bit too. It's not a crazy amount of movement, but hey, every little bit helps when you are trying to nail that perfect Asian pose. And last but not least, Karas also has joints in the ankle and foot. This really help keep the figure nice and stable, even you put him in some crazy action pose. Regarding of his foot, don't forget to keep an eye on that small gap when adjusting the joint. Just line it up properly and you will have a much easier time getting Karas into the pose you want. His left arm has the same great joint quality as the right one, which means you have plenty of option for posing both arms together. The key is just to be a little careful and avoid pushing the joints into super extreme position. Karas is tough, but the figure still needs some love. So guys, I think that's pretty much everything about Kara's joints and articulation. Now let's move on to his accessories, the final piece of the puzzle that completes Kara's greatness. Enough talking about the joint guys, let's fly straight into it. As for the accessories, Kara's comes with open palm hands for both the left and the right. And if you look closely, there is hole in there. That thing is connected to the joint. Next up, we've got these special palm hands, probably made for one of Kara's signature pose. And yep, you've got a pair for both the left and the right hands. I also love the paint job here. It has the weather look that makes them feel like they have actually seen some action. Super realistic. Next, we've got the classic pointing hands. Just look at those razor sharp fingers. They look like they could poke a hole through your excuses. No joke, those fingers look crazy sharp. And now we've got the classic fist. Because sometimes being a total badass doesn't require a weapon. Karas is more than ready to throw hands if things gets personal. Next up, we've got the neutral hands. These are perfect for when Karas is just standing there, silently watching his enemy from a distance, looking way cooler than the rest of us ever could. By now, you can probably see just how many awesome poses you can pull off with Karas. Alright, now we are getting to the really cool part. These hands are made for holding the sword. And the best thing? Karas can grip it with both hands like a true samurai. Now that's just plain awesome. Alright, we've made it to the final part. Let's check out the equipment. So here we have Kara's gauntlet. It is in normal non-battle mode. It looks pretty sleek, but not gonna lie, those tips are seriously pointy. These gauntlets definitely look like they are made for something aggressive. And here we have the sword sheath. It's actually pretty small, but that's on purpose. Keeping it compact means it won't get in the way when Karas is flying around or pulling off those awesome moves. Now this is the sword sheath in its true form. And yeah, it's pretty long. It also has that classic traditional look, which makes Karas feel even more like a real badass samurai. And the reason why it's so long? Well, the katana itself is just as long. Beautiful, isn't it? The blade has this dark metallic color that makes it look seriously deadly. The design is pretty simple, but the unique curve gives the sword a lot of character. And don't forget about the lighting effect. You can attach it directly to the katana to give Karas an even more dramatic finishing move. Just imagine him slashing through his enemy with lightning exploding around the blade. That's definitely the kind of over the top action we are here for. So, guys, I think that's pretty much everything for this Kara's action figure review. I definitely recommend picking this guy up if you get the chance. It's an awesome figure, super unique, and honestly, Karas just look ridiculous cool on display. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and feel free to leave a comment if you are thinking about getting this figure or if you just want to talk about Karas and the action figures in general. Thanks again for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next review. Until then, take care, stay awesome, and see you next time.